Hello, Algebra A and B. Hope you guys are doing good today. So, getting geared up to give you guys your first video tutorial for your first lesson or assignment you guys are going to be completing. Now, just so you guys know, I'm hoping to be able to have a different setup for your videos moving forward after today, but I had to put in a support ticket with who I'm using to record the videos through to see if we can get something done about being able to write on PDFs. So until I can get that fixed, things are a little bit wonky, but we're gonna hang out and we're gonna go ahead and do it this way for now. So right now I'm just in a Google Doc and we're gonna run with it like that. All right, so if you guys have any questions that I don't answer for you during the video, or if you have a specific question you need help with after the video, after you're trying to do the work on your own, please email me or let me know. Also, once again, we're gonna have that Zoom meeting on Friday where you guys can talk to me in person if you want to. So I'll give you guys more detail about that coming up. So we're going to go and get started working through these problems and going over what you guys are working on in the first assignment. And so I'll see you guys again at the end of the video. All right, so as I was saying, we're starting up the first assignment, and it is based on the concept of substitution in math. So we're gearing up for you guys to do a second run through systems of equations is what we're going to be focusing on the next week or two. And today and this week, we're focusing on the substitution method. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back over that concept of evaluating an expression after you've substituted in a value for a variable. So if you'll take a look at what we have here, here's a pretty simple example of what I mean by that. So here I have in our first step, y equals 5 and x equals y plus 5. So in our little example here, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find what x is equal to and what y is equal to. So what I'm going to do is to solve for x, I'm going to substitute in the value of y, which is 5. So if you look here in the second equation, I have that x is equal to 5 plus 5. We have substituted 5 in for y from the first step. Now, here we would work out the math on one side to see what x is equal to. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. And so that is where I get my answer here. Now, this is a really simple example of substitution. Now, we're going to go ahead and work through problems number 1 and number 6 from your assignment. So give me just a moment to write in what our numbers are equal to for number 1, and then we'll resume the video. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and put what our values are for the equation. We know that r is equal to 4 and c is equal to 3. And then we want to evaluate this expression. We want to see what the actual number, what all of this is equal to. So the first thing we have to do, like up here in our example, is we are going to substitute in the values that we know. So I'm going to go ahead and write what that's going to look like, and then you guys try to do that as well on your own while you pause the video, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, guys, so we have the actual values plugged in for the variables now. So we're going to go ahead and try to evaluate this using order of operations. So remember, that's PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, whichever way you guys like to try to remember it. The first thing I need to do here is the P, what's inside parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 times 4 will give me 12. And 7 times 3 will give me 21. And I'm going to subtract those. Now, our next step is we still have something inside parentheses. We have the 12 minus the 21. And that is going to give us a negative 9 inside parentheses. We'll have 6 still on the outside, waiting to multiply. And then we have a minus 9 as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a moment while I clean some things up, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, guys, I'm back, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step of evaluating this expression now. So we've done all of everything that was inside parentheses. We don't have any exponents, so now we're going to move on to multiplication and division. So here I do have two numbers that need to be multiplied. So remember, when we have two numbers written in this way, we're going to do 6 times -9. So 6 times -9 is going to give me a -54. Remember, I have a positive number being multiplied by a negative number, so my answer will be negative. And then I still have -9. So I have one more thing to do here to finish this up, and that is to subtract -54 minus 9. Altogether, that's going to give me -63. So that would be our answer for problem number 1. So if you guys have any questions about this one, feel free to put it in the comments or to send me an email and ask me. But we're going to go ahead and move on to problem number 6 from your assignment now. Okay, everybody, I'm back and we're ready to go through problem number 6. So here we have 9 times the quantity of -6n plus 2w minus 5. So once again, we're going to start with substitution. We're going to take what w is equal to and what n is equal to and substitute them into the expression. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and write out what that would look like. And then I would like for you guys to pause the video and try to do that yourself. Okay, guys, hopefully this is what you guys came up with, but now we are ready to go ahead and try to evaluate this expression as well. So once again, we're going to follow the order of operations. So we're going to start with what's inside the parentheses. And that is going to be starting with multiplication, and then we'll add. So when we multiply -6 times 7, that is going to give us a -42. And that is going to be added to 2 times 3, which is 6. Go ahead and add the parentheses back for now. Still have a 9 waiting to multiply on the outside. And we're subtracting 5. So now we still have one more step inside parentheses that we need to take care of, and that's the adding here, since we're done with all the multiplying. We're going to have -42 plus 6. So make sure you get this correct with your integers, but you're going to have -36. This is still in parentheses, waiting to be multiplied. And we still have -5 on the outside. Now, we're going to go ahead and multiply 9 times -36. And that is going to give us -324. And we are subtracting 5 still. Now, we need to subtract these two to get our final answer. And that is going to give us -329. All right, so that is how we work through questions 1 and number 6. You guys are going to try to do the rest on your own. If you have any questions or get stuck, feel free to email me. Remember, you guys do have the key this week, but in the future, moving forward, you will not. So take advantage of that. Make sure you do these correctly and go ahead and work these out before you send them in to me. Please do not just copy down the answer. I'll know you didn't. I'll know all you did was read the key at that point. So once again, Friday, I'll have a Zoom meeting. You'll get the details on that via email. And if you have any questions, feel free to wait and ask me them there as well. So hope to hear from you guys soon. I'll talk to you later.